Guys, thanks for watching. This is dealing with darkness of the galaxies, Melanin. And today, we're going to be dealing with this topic, and I'm going to be explaining many different things. First of all, people are going all up in arms about this whole race thing, and I gotta tell you something right now. Let it go. Every human being on this planet is a defect from the Negro, which means if you're not a Negroid person, if you don't look like what the so-called African looks like today, if you don't look dark in dark matter, if you don't look melanated, you are a defect, which means you're just a different ethnicity from coming out of the same melanated being. The mitochondrial DNA of the so-called African woman is the beginning starting point, or the Eve fruit starting point of humanity. See, the African woman is really the real physical incarnation of the holy Etherian goddess, the cosmic Etherian mother, Mu, or Big Ama Mama, or the galaxy. Yes, the galaxy is actually alive, and it's actually in the energy of a woman, not a man. The galaxy created a being called the Anunnaki, the being that everybody out here refers to as the Lord. His name is Anu, Elion, 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 El. This being, some people call Jehovah, Yahovah, Theus. There's many other names as well. This being is the creator. This being, which is a male energy, was created out of the cosmic Etherian mother. He was the first creation. She needed him to create everything and control and dominate and be all powerful over all things. This universe is dealing with duality, the feminine and the male energies. She can't do this all by herself because she is a woman. She needs the masculine as well. Men are actually masculine females. They're still males, they're still men, but they're coming from out of the woman. The woman's chromosomes is dealing with two X's, but the male is dealing with an X and a Y. So this means that he still has a part. He's still part feminine. He's still part feminine, and the reason why is because his mother's DNA, the mitochondrial DNA. This is why men look the way that they look, because they're really masculine females. But that also means that they're men. See, war, man, and then the word man. War, man. You see, if you break it down, you see that there's two parts: war and man. Together, that's a woman. You take man apart from war, and what you're left with is just man. Understand this. Now, dealing with sons of El. All human beings on this planet are actually higher states of outer dimensional consciousness that have been embedded or reincarnated in human vehicles. The capsule that you have, which is your so-called physical body or physical shell, is not necessarily the real you. There is certain things that you can do to open up spiritual gateways inside of your body, dealing with the 7 or 13 so-called Dentiens, or light orbs, or energy meridians, or chakra systems inside your body. In order to deal with these things, you have to understand that you are actually a spiritual being inhabiting a human vessel at this moment in time. You are actually a higher state of consciousness living a human experience, which means you are greater than the reality in which you are living in. Search up the 13 chakras. Search up the 7 chakras. These are the things that our bodies have within, and we must figure out that we are actually spirit in consciousness. Now, the world is in turmoil. People are attacking one another. People are warring with one another. You have different movements of people that are hating on the planet. What people are too ignorant to understand is that everyone comes from the mitochondrial African woman DNA, which means we are all family. We're all Moors. There really is no European. There really is no African. We're all human beings. Human. Break the word down. Human, which means hue. You need it. Okay, darker melanin. Melanin, the stuff that gets secreted out of your pineal glands when you're children, which determines how dark you're going to be through the male fertilization and the egg. You guys have to understand this, especially you so-called black people. You cannot be black. In your so-called constitution, didn't they already say that the black is only 3/5 human? Yes, indeed. Which means you are not black. You're an indigenous person. You were supposed to get indigenous rights in this country, but instead of doing that, you got bamboozled into calling yourself black. I already made a video to explain to you guys that Africanus was a slave trader. A white man. And you people that are dark are really Moors. So what does this mean? Anytime you call yourself black or African American, you're really saying that you are a conquered Moor. Or if you're saying black, that means that you'll be lacking, which means your being is lacking in something. Melanin, which means you are not the indigenous people of this land. You're not the originals. That's what you guys have been saying. You want black rights, and they're giving you exactly what you're asking for. You guys have been tricked in wordplay. Words are very powerful, people. They try to trick the masses. We are all Moors, and we should all have love and respect for one another. You have people on this planet that are not attached to nature. And these people are not the normal Caucasians. This is dealing with the Khazarian people, the people that you like to call Jews. And the control forum and our government and our Federal Reserve. We need to understand that united, we're powerful. But in fragmented, we fall. We all must learn how to love each other. But the only way we're going to be able to learn how to love each other is through going within source, finding out who we are, finding out what we're supposed to be doing, finding out why are we here in the first place, understanding that there's more than meets the eye. Darkness of the galaxies, melanin, is referring to understanding the cosmos and the universe and understanding that all light comes from darkness. All light comes from darkness. So when you see that darkness in outer space, you guys must understand. Meditating is the only key way to go within thyself. Now, we're going to be speaking about some other stuff that you guys are not aware of. Alright, so is why in your dollar bill it says annuet septis nuevus ordo secorum annuet calepsis nuevus ordo secorum. So they're letting you know in their God they trust, the Great Seal. So, what does this mean, ladies and gentlemen? This means that this whole time people have not realized, but they've been given their energy to something called the Matrix Demiurge, or Saturnalia, or better known as Satan. Satan has been controlling this planet for for over hundreds of thousands of years, millions of years. And this creature, the way it feeds is when you guys eat flesh. It's how it feeds, because it's stealing energy from your root chakra. Animal, anything, meat, blood, flesh, anything with a heart, anything that has blood or flesh, anything that has a heart that was alive and is now dead. And anytime you eat that, you're eating death. Our world stage government is something that many people believe in and believe that everything is okay and that all the bad things that are happening won't happen here. People are being led to believe that our money system is okay. The United States dollar is not being backed by any gold. It's not being backed by anything. The United States government is in debt to all other countries. Think about it. If you actually look at all the things you own, it says made in China, made in Tibet, made in Japan, maybe even made in Russia. But what people won't let you know is that the dollar eventually will collapse. And in 2020, they're going to try to get rid of the Social Security. Yes, people, your Social Security, the shit that makes you human in this country. Dealing with your birth certificate. I made videos about this before. We have to understand that we are actually energy beings, and that we are not any races or anything of this nature. I am going to give you the key ways on how to raise your frequency. Okay, first thing, go vegan. Second, put your feet in nature. Third, start meditating. Fourth, understand that you are an energy being and that you need to stay at a positive vibration. Probably we're already at fifth. Start eating nature foods and meditating and wearing magnets on your body at all times. 6, start working out with magnets. It will greatly improve your frequency. 7, drink water with lime. It will kill the fluoride. You can also put cucumbers in the water with the lime. It helps stabilize the water as well. What are we at? 8, start meditating with binaural beats while you're meditating. Make sure there's no light hitting the eyelids. People do not understand what does the 666 refer to. The 666 refers to 6 protons, 6 electrons, 6 neutrons. So what does that mean? We're dealing with a third dimensional paradigm. The third dimensional corporeal world, the world that we're living in right now, is in the 666 because it's dealing with the flesh and the imprisonment of the flesh, and how we as light beings were made to be free in this universe. But there are evil beings that are trying to hold us back. You've seen videos on Shambhala and what that's dealing with. Go ahead and take a look at that video. I made the video for a reason. The melanated people on this planet have been suffering for far too long. The reason why melanated people are suffering is due to the fact that the melanated people, the darker people on this planet, they violated the 42 laws of Ma'at. And then after that, they also created different ethnicities of human beings on the planet. They were not allowed to do that, so they fell from grace. But the time will come when the Sirius gods and the Anunnaki will come again and try to raise the fallen. So this is why it's very important to have your energy at a higher frequency. It may be hard, but you gotta do it. Some people, there's other sources that are now saying that the game has been won and that everyone will leave this planet when the time comes. That there is no need to fear. So other sources are saying that there is need to fear and that we need to have our vibration very high. The choice is yours into what to believe, but I would say just to be safe, have your vibration at a higher frequency. I appreciate your time for watching this video, and I hope you watched it all the way through. Try to look at my grounding, repairing all DNA video, and so you can see what I mean by grounding your feet in nature. You might want to bring water with you, a few water bottles, and And yeah, it helps repair strands of DNA. You need 13 strands of DNA to leave the planet. Most people only have 2-strand DNA, and you've been lied to, being told that that the rest is all junk DNA. No, untrue. You can repair your DNA by putting your feet in nature and eating holistic, vegan-based foods, or vegan alternatives like meat alternatives and things of this nature. The reason why I'm telling you this is to raise up your vibrational energy, because you guys do not realize what is going on the planet. It's very essential. It's very necessary for you to have your energy high. You don't want to be sick, and you don't want dark entities being able to touch you through your energy field. You need to raise up your energy above them. Peace and blessings to all. And catch me in my next documentary. Goodbye.